Your encrypted data is already stolen. I need to tell you about a problem that's happening right now. Somewhere, probably in a government database or a well-funded hacking operation, your encrypted messages are being stored. Not read, not yet, but stored. Because in 10, maybe 15 years, quantum computers will be powerful enough to crack the encryption we use today, and everything you've ever sent privately could be read like an open book. And there's a solution, but it involves some genuinely weird physics. If you want to understand how we might actually stop this, and I promise I'll keep it jargon-free, hit that like button right now and subscribe, because I'm about to explain quantum key distribution and why it might be the only thing standing between your secrets and future hackers. So here's the problem. Every time you send a message through WhatsApp or Signal, every time you log into your bank, your data is encrypted using mathematical problems that are really hard for today's computers to solve. And by really hard, I mean it would take thousands of years. But quantum computers, which are still in development, can solve certain types of these problems exponentially faster. There's an algorithm called Shor's algorithm that, when run on a powerful enough quantum computer, could factor large numbers quickly enough to break RSA encryption, which is what protects a huge amount of internet traffic. Now, you might think, well, we don't have those quantum computers yet, so I'm safe. But here's the terrifying bit. Adversaries are already harvesting encrypted data now, storing it, and waiting. It's called harvest now, decrypt later. They're betting that in a decade or so, they'll have the tools to crack it all open. And that's where quantum key distribution comes in, because it turns out the same quantum physics that threatens our encryption might also be the thing that saves it. Quantum key distribution, or QKD, is a method of sharing secret encryption keys using the laws of quantum mechanics. And the brilliant thing about it is this: if anyone tries to eavesdrop, you know. Not you might know, or you can detect it later, you know immediately. It works using photons, particles of light, which can be polarized in different directions. In the most famous protocol, called BB84, you send photons in specific quantum states to represent bits of your encryption key. The person on the other end measures them. But here's the quantum bit. If someone intercepts and measures those photons in transit, they change the quantum state. It's not a flaw, it's fundamental physics. So when you compare a sample of what you sent with what the other person received, any eavesdropping shows up as errors. If the error rate is too high, you know someone's listening, and you throw that key away and try again. If it's clean, you've got a key that you know, with mathematical certainty, no one else has. Now, QKD doesn't encrypt your actual message, it just gives you a perfectly secret key. Once you have that, you can use it with something like a one-time pad, which is unbreakable if the key is truly secret. And that's the magic. QKD guarantees the key is secret. This isn't science fiction. QKD is already being used. Banks in Tokyo and Geneva have QKD links protecting high-value transactions. China launched a satellite called Michus that's demonstrated quantum key distribution over thousands of kilometers. There are quantum-secured fiber networks running between government buildings in the US and Europe. Telecom companies are running trials, and there are projects to build QKD infrastructure into undersea cables. It's happening quietly in the background because the organizations with the most to lose are already preparing for the quantum future. But, and this is crucial, QKD is not a magic bullet. It has serious limitations. The biggest one is distance. Send a photon too far through a fiber optic cable, and it gets absorbed or scattered. You need special repeaters called trusted nodes, which are, well, you have to trust them. It also requires dedicated hardware, quantum transmitters and receivers, and that's expensive. And it doesn't replace post-quantum cryptography, which is a whole other approach using new mathematical problems that even quantum computers can't crack. QKD and post-quantum crypto are complementary. You'll probably see both in the future of secure communications. So, what can you do right now? Honestly, for most people, QKD isn't something you'll interact with directly anytime soon, but the principles matter. Use strong, unique passwords, use a password manager, turn on two-factor authentication, keep your devices updated, because companies are already starting to roll out post-quantum encryption algorithms in software updates. When your bank or your messaging app says they've upgraded their security, that's partly because of this quantum threat. Pay attention to it. And in the future, you'll probably use a hybrid system without even knowing it. The backbone of the internet, the big pipes between data centers and countries, might be secured with QKD. Your phone and laptop will use post-quantum encryption algorithms. Together, they'll protect your privacy against both today's hackers and tomorrow's quantum computers. The key takeaway is this: the threat is real, The solutions are being built right now, and, while quantum key distribution is a fascinating piece of physics, it's just one part of a much bigger shift in how we think about security. And, well, I think that's worth paying attention to. So that's quantum key distribution, a way to share secret keys using the laws of physics, making eavesdropping detectable and giving us a fighting chance against the quantum computers of the future. It's already protecting banks and governments, and soon it'll be part of the invisible infrastructure keeping all of us safe online. If you found this useful, there are links in the description to learn more. And if you want more explanations like this, well, you know what to do.